Michael McDonald's arrival in the Doobie Brothers wasn't just a change in personnel. It was a seismic shift in sound and identity. Known for his smooth, soulful voice, he transformed the band from a raw, guitar-driven rock group into a sophisticated, radio-friendly ensemble. McDonald's background as a session musician in Los Angeles had honed his skills, making him precise, disciplined, and subtly expressive. When he first joined the Doobies in 1975 as a temporary replacement for Tom Johnston, it seemed like a simple solution to an urgent problem. Yet his style, rich with gospel and R&B undertones, resonated deeply with audiences. The label noticed, the radio responded, and suddenly McDonald's contributions became central. His arrival illustrated how opportunity can redefine careers, but it also revealed how even the best intentions could challenge the balance within a long-standing creative family. From session musician to star, before the Doobie Brothers, Michael McDonald was a talented but relatively unknown musician, navigating the busy world of studio work and local gigs. Born in St. Louis, he cut his teeth performing in small venues before moving to Los Angeles in the early 1970s. There, he became a sought-after session keyboardist and backing vocalist, eventually collaborating with Steely Dan, whose precise studio methods shaped his approach. Touring with Steely Dan taught McDonald the value of discipline and musical subtlety, but fame remained elusive. His moment arrived unexpectedly in 1975 when Tom Johnston's health forced the band to find a stand-in. McDonald stepped in, initially on a temporary basis, but his distinctive voice and songwriting ability quickly became impossible to ignore. The band's sound began evolving almost immediately, and what had started as a temporary fix became a turning point, both for McDonald's career and the Doobie Brothers' musical identity. Tom Johnston's moment in the spotlight. Tom Johnston had been the defining voice of the early Doobie Brothers, steering the band with blues rock energy and writing hits like China Grove and Long Train Running. His presence was the essence of the group's identity, and his style resonated with fans who loved the raw, energetic sound of the mid-1970s. When Johnston was sidelined by a medical emergency, a bleeding ulcer caused by stress and exhaustion, the band faced an immediate challenge. The Doobies had commitments and audiences to satisfy, and McDonald stepped in to fill the gap. Johnston's absence allowed McDonald to bring his own sound to the forefront. Though unintentional, the shift began a subtle transformation. Johnston's return didn't erase the changes. The band had tasted a new sound, and management and the label were eager to explore it. The stage was set for a reinvention that would delight audiences but challenge the band internally. A band in transition. As McDonald's influence grew, the Doobie Brothers experienced a shift in both style and creative dynamics. Initially, his role was supportive, but the success of songs like Takin' It to the Streets highlighted his unique talent. McDonald's gospel-infused voice and intricate keyboard work became central to the band's sound. The label embraced this evolution, encouraging the group to pursue more soulful, melodic material. However, the transition was not universally embraced within the band. Longtime members were navigating a changing creative landscape, and subtle tensions arose. While McDonald wasn't trying to dominate, his talents naturally drew attention. Collaborative decisions increasingly centered around him, and the band's musical focus shifted toward his style. This period highlighted the delicate balance between evolution and tradition in a group with an established identity, as the Doobies learned that even natural changes could challenge established bonds. The moment that defined the shift. By the late 1970s, the Doobie Brothers had fully embraced a new direction under McDonald's influence. The band's signature sound moved from blues-driven riffs to layered arrangements, synthesizers, and polished harmonies. McDonald was no longer just a guest. He was an axis around which much of the music rotated. Recording sessions reflected his meticulous nature, and the collaborative energy that had defined earlier albums shifted toward careful production. Members who thrived on live spontaneity now found themselves adjusting to this refined approach. While the change created hits and industry accolades, it also caused subtle distance among the group. The Doobie Brothers' evolution reflected both growth and tension. McDonald's talent transformed the band, but it also highlighted how shifts in leadership and creative influence, even unintentional, can reshape a group's identity and the way members relate to each other, success, and the weight of expectation. The Doobie Brothers' new sound brought commercial success. Albums like Minute by Minute went multi-platinum, and hits like What a Fool Believes earned Grammy recognition. Michael McDonald's voice became the defining feature of the band, attracting a wider, more mainstream audience. Yet behind the scenes, the pace and pressure of maintaining this level of success weighed on the members. Recording sessions became structured and highly polished, leaving less room for spontaneous collaboration. Longtime members adapted to McDonald's meticulous approach, but some felt their own contributions were overshadowed. While the music industry celebrated the transformation, internal dynamics reflected the challenge of balancing individual talents with group cohesion. The success story was complex. McDonald had elevated the Doobie Brothers' profile, but it also required navigating subtle strains among musicians whose roots were in a different creative ethos. Navigating creative tensions. As the 1980s approached, tensions surfaced more clearly within the band. Differences in creative priorities, rehearsal approaches, and personal expectations began shaping interactions. McDonald's attention to perfection sometimes clashed with the more improvisational tendencies of original members. Rehearsals shifted from collaborative exploration to structured execution, with individual parts recorded and refined rather than collectively developed. While no major conflicts were publicly aired, internal friction influenced morale and participation. Members occasionally skipped sessions or adjusted involvement, reflecting their adjustment to McDonald's leadership style. The subtle evolution of the Doobie Brothers from a collaborative band to a more McDonald-centric project demonstrated the delicate balance between individual brilliance and group cohesion, highlighting how artistic growth can reshape relationships even without overt confrontation. The Cincinnati Tour Incident. A pivotal moment came during a 1980 tour stop in Cincinnati. Years of subtle tensions came to the surface over something as routine as a set list. Founding drummer John Hartman expressed frustration at what he perceived as the band functioning more like a project centered on McDonald than a collective endeavor. The disagreement, while brief, symbolized the underlying shift in the band's dynamics. Hartman's response, temporarily stepping back from the tour, highlighted the challenges of balancing respect for new talent with loyalty to the band's history. Other members quietly navigated the changes, recognizing McDonald's influence while grappling with the evolution of their own roles. This episode underscored the natural growing pains of artistic reinvention, where even positive transformations can require negotiation, compromise, and sometimes quiet recalibration. The quiet departure. By 1981, Michael McDonald himself began to feel the weight of his role. While his contributions had brought the band acclaim and commercial success, the constant pressure to sustain that level of influence took a personal toll. McDonald began exploring the idea of stepping back, recognizing that the band, and he, might benefit from a period of reflection. His decision was neither dramatic nor contentious. It was a quiet acknowledgement of the demands of fame and creative responsibility. Departing allowed the Doobie Brothers to reconnect with their earlier sound while giving McDonald space to explore solo projects. His choice demonstrated that personal well-being and artistic fulfillment sometimes require stepping away, even from the roles that define public perception. McDonald's exit reinforced the delicate balance between individual contribution and collective identity in long-standing creative collaborations. Reflections on legacy. In later years, Michael McDonald occasionally returned to perform with the Doobie Brothers, his voice as unmistakable as ever. On stage, the public saw harmony, nostalgia, and camaraderie. Behind the scenes, the band maintained professional distance, a natural outcome of decades-long evolution. McDonald rarely discussed the earlier tensions, choosing instead to emphasize growth, opportunity, and shared achievements. Other members offered gentle reminders of the band's history, highlighting the transformative impact McDonald had while affirming their original vision. The story of McDonald's era illustrates the complexity of collaboration, showing how creative contributions can simultaneously elevate and redefine a group's identity. It also reflects the way time softens differences, leaving space for appreciation and understanding without the need for dramatized reconciliation. Michael McDonald's honest perspective. Only decades later did Michael McDonald openly reflect on his time with the Doobie Brothers. In a podcast interview released shortly after his 72nd birthday, he spoke candidly about his experience. He acknowledged that joining the band was never meant to redefine it, but admitted that his presence inevitably shaped its trajectory. McDonald expressed a sense of responsibility for the changes that occurred and a degree of guilt for not stepping aside sooner. His reflections were not about blame, but about understanding and context. He highlighted how opportunity and circumstance can create unintended consequences, reminding listeners that even positive contributions can challenge established relationships. McDonald's honesty offered insight into the balance of talent, timing, and responsibility, providing a nuanced perspective on the evolution of one of rock's most recognizable bands. A legacy of transformation. Michael McDonald's tenure with the Doobie Brothers is remembered as both transformative and complex. He brought a distinctive voice, unparalleled musicianship, and a new dimension to the band's sound. Yet his contributions also required the group to navigate shifts in identity, style, and dynamics. Fans gained unforgettable music, while the band learned to adapt to change and evolution. McDonald's story illustrates the unpredictable nature of creative collaboration, where success can simultaneously be a gift and a challenge. His era may have been controversial to some, but it was undeniably influential, leaving a legacy of polished, soulful hits that continue to resonate. Through his work, McDonald demonstrated that transformative artistry requires courage, precision, and the willingness to embrace the unexpected consequences of opportunity. The unfinished story. Looking back, the story of Michael McDonald and the Doobie Brothers is more than a tale of hits and charts. It's a narrative of adaptation, creativity, and human complexity. McDonald didn't arrive to dominate. He arrived to help, and in doing so, altered the course of a beloved band. The original members, McDonald and the audience, all played roles in this transformation, illustrating the delicate interplay between talent, timing, and circumstance. Even decades later, the legacy of that period remains vivid, a reminder that art and collaboration are living, evolving processes. The Doobie Brothers' journey, shaped in part by McDonald's presence, offers a story of resilience, reinvention, and the beauty of music that bridges generations. His voice remains timeless, and his era continues to spark appreciation, discussion, and reflection.